Hey guys, how are you all doing? Put this video at 1.5 times speed so we can get through the information I've got to give you as fast as possible. If you can do 2x, go for it. I just don't think that sounds very good. And I want you to hear my dulcet tones a little bit. So this is the first in a series of recommended resources, my resource review series as I'm calling it. And what I'm going to do is I've already done the video on the guy I'm going to be talking about, Good Looking Loser. And now I'm going to do a series of videos on my favorite or most important articles or other pieces of content that they have created and the ones that really, really help me. A lot of them will be around their like big ideas and concepts that I most found useful for me, but also a couple of like just very personal to me ones that kind of like, I don't know, maybe had a light bulb moment or really helped me. Chris's site was very active in like 2013. And the first one we're going to look at is quite a dated one because it talks about, it's called Why Edgy, brackets masculine guys, will always be more appealing to sexually active hot girls. The term edgy, right, and the term edge, this used to be way more popular and way more used. Like, I think to some extent the internet has clowned and memed the fuck out of the word edgy. So, like, people don't want to talk about it in like a, oh, you need to look edgy kind of way. Like, it's kind of a joke. But it's a really fucking important concept when it comes to style, and it comes to style with regards, if you want to dress to get more girls, it's a really important part. It's a really important part about style in general. Look at any streetwear like model, any on Instagram, there's hundreds of them. Magic Fox is probably one of the bigger ones. He's a good guy to look at, although he is very good looking. So you're not going to pull off some of the stuff he pulls off. But look at any of the big fashion guys. They are really into like going hard with their edge, which is like tattoos, piercings, accessories like chains, rings. The whole idea is to look edgy, to be honest. Like, and kind of the outfits that don't have any of that going on look kind of bare and uninteresting, if I was being honest. So don't neglect your edge, basically. Don't neglect, especially in outfits and with fashion, do not neglect your edge. I do recommend with my fashion advice that you don't go above the rule of three. That works with colors and accessories. You don't want to be wearing usually way more than three accessories or three different types of accessories. You can have multiple rings, or some people have the double necklace thing now. But you don't really want to have more than three in account, but you do want to be wearing accessories if you want to go out there and get laid and look like someone who gets laid. Because fundamentally what this article does is tell you that if you want to have a good sex life, you need to dress like someone who has one, or present yourself like someone who has a good sex life. And then people will just assume it about you naturally. Girls will make assumptions about you based on how you dress. This was also written a lot in reaction to the whole idea of like peacocking, because pickup artists, God bless them, dress appallingly on average. If you look back at what they used to wear and what they were like recommending, like Mystery and the guy who wrote the game, like what the hell they were wearing, like they look ridiculous. And the whole idea they had was like peacocking. And Chris, when he wrote his stuff, he was just like, nah, it's all like, you're just gonna look like an absolute idiot. Instead, you want to dress like, you know, kind of as the scene dresses, but make sure you have like the tattoos and you have some of the jewelry, and generally you dress like, he calls it don't dress like a good guy, basically. You're trying to don't dress like a nice guy even. You're trying to dress kind of like a scumbag a little bit. He says girls would rather be seen with edgy guy than generic polo guy. Generic, don't wear polos. I don't recommend anyone wear polos. But yeah, in his review, it just makes everything a lot easier. Tattoos are a big one. Like, I remember back in the day, there was so much pressure to get tattoos, and I do actually have tattoos. Like, I've got like 5, and basically they're not big ones. So I'm getting this whole arm sleeved at some point, and then when the tattoo shops open up here again. But yeah, basically, don't neglect your edge. Don't like worry that just because the internet thinks it's like a joke, the whole idea is it's like not, what's the word? It's not valid. The internet's a bunch of losers for the most part anyway. So yeah. Right, I'm going to move on to another article. Catch my next video.